Hey there guys, I'm Time Lord Fishwick here, and I am back with another video, and I will be continuing with my Peter Capaldi 12th Doctor Marathon, and now I am on to Into the Dalek. Now, I remember when it first got broadcast, this one I really liked. I really liked how when the Doctor was, he wanted to um, he sees this good Dalek and he still wants it to be good. But anyway, I'll get on to that in a minute. I the looking back at this episode, it's there's still bits I think that could have been better, but I have to say this episode I would say it's a bit rushed and it did lack a bit, but I will get onto that. But anyway, all in all, it's actually a good episode. It's not as good as Deep Breath, I don't think, but I have to say the Doctor is brilliant as always, and also Jenna, and I, yeah. So it starts off with some characters in it, which I will get onto. So it starts off with a Dalek ship trying to blow up another little ship, and I feel like that Dalek ship could have just got that, just like that, because that's Moffat Daleks for you. And then it gets onto the bit where the ship gets blown up and you see that awesome shot of the TARDIS, the TARDIS control in view, and then she's called Jenny Blue. She wakes up and she sees the Doctor, and then the Doctor gets her teleported, but leaving her brother to die and get blown up. And I really liked it, how when she was like confronting the Doctor and get me back to my ship now, or save my brother and all that, and the Doctor's just there like, no, not like that. It's like she's commanding the Doctor, and he's just like, not like that, not like that, get it right. And when she was even saying that, it's like, oh, we're going to take over your ship, and then the Doctor's just like, you will have no idea how to drive it. And I just like how the Doctor was just he was so calm about it, but he was also wanting, like, you don't tell me, you don't talk to me like that. You're going to talk to me, with manners. And I loved it that. I just loved that 12th Doctor sort of little moment thing. And then it gets on to her meeting Jenny Blue's uncle. I think her name's Jenny Blue. I'm sorry if I've got it wrong, but I know her last name's Blue. So they take the Doctor to this Dalek, and it has turned good. And I love the bit when the Dalek just says, oh, Daleks will be destroyed, and then the Doctor's just like, oh, Daleks will be. What did you just say? And I love that sort of moment. And then it gets on to, I feel like the title sequence was just, it entered at the wrong moment. I think it should have entered to the bit where she, when the shit gets blown up, and then it just starts off with, where I said about before, when she wakes up in the TARDIS. I think that's where it should have started, if you know what I mean. And then we go on to Danny Pink, and I have to say, I know not many people I know who, well, on YouTube who I've seen review Series 8. I'm not a big fan of Danny. I will agree I'm not a big fan of him either, but I have to say, I like his story arc about him, if he ever killed a man or anyone who isn't in a soldier. And well, I thought that bit when he just cried and when he had that tear down his eye, and that boy was just like, just saying it in class. And I liked how he avoided the question as well. But I don't like her. I just feel like his Clara and Danny's relationship, it's just so cheesy. I don't like that, because I don't see like Rose and Mickey being like that or anything like that. Yeah, it's just a bit cheesy, and yeah, I'm just not a big fan of that. But I just feel like Danny Pink should have started in at least episode 4. Yeah, I thought like episode 4, because in Listen, yeah, I just feel like the Danny Pink scenes with Clara was just a little bit too rushed. I feel like, come on, there are better things to concentrate on now than just their relationship together. Starting a relationship together. And then I like how when Clara just goes into the cupboard, and then she just sees the doctor there, and he's just there like giving, and the doctor's just stood there, and he's just giving her like coffee. Which I find quite funny. It's like where the hell have you been? And it says, you told me to get some coffee. And it's like, God, in Glasgow, that was 3 weeks ago. That's dead in the ditch. Oh God, I like that, and I would say, I think that don't get me wrong, I do like the Doctor. I do like 12 and Clara's chemistry together, but I feel like that it just feels like, since that Clara couldn't get used to the 12th Doctor in Deep Breath until when she got the phone call off the 11th Doctor, I feel like she still should be like, I don't know about this Doctor. But I feel like it was still a bit more. I feel like this chemistry that the 12th Doctor and Clara had, I feel like that should also happen in a future episode, and just like, it's just a little bit too early for that. But anyway, I like the Doctor when, it's like, I need something from you. And, even the thing I love about the 12th Doctor in this series, because he doesn't know what sort of man he is, and I really like the whole, am I a good man? Because, he's still trying to, like, figure out who he still is, and he's absolutely terrified, and I love that. And Clara says, oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. And I really like how they just kept on carrying that on, because he's because he doesn't know what sort of man he is yet. So he gets on to the bit where Clara comes and sees what's happening with the Dalek, and I like that iconic line that the 12th Doctor said. It's like, "Don't be Lasagna." Like, does it even make any sense? But I still love that, those witty lines that the 12th Doctor has. And they get they shrink and they go into the Dalek, and I love the bit where, when the antibodies come, and they're all going on to Ross, and the doctor's like, "God, trust me, I'm gonna save you." So he throws Ross something, and then then he dies, and then it's like, "Oh my God, Doctor, you just said you were saving him." It's like, "Oh, he was dead already. Or saving us." You're not sure what to feel like with this Doctor. I feel like the 12th Doctor is unpredictable, and I like that. And then I was saving us. And then, just to get the thing, I feel like the Sonic was a little bit overused in it, but I still really like. Well, I won't say I liked it though, but I feel like it was used a little lesser than what the 13th Doctor's been doing, and I feel like it was a little bit too easy when the Doctor was when they just helped when the Doctor just soniced the thing that was up with the Dalek. At first I was just like, well, that was a bit easy, and then Rusty the Dalek, he goes bad again, and I really like how. Because I really like I did like how the Dalek came bad again, and it was the Doctor's just determined for the Daleks to become good. I feel like that's something that that's the Doctor's been wanting something like that for a long time. Something that he wanted Davros to do in Genesis of the Daleks. Being in the positive force, not a really big brutal one, and it's actually is the Doctor's fault that he did that, because he told Davros everything that what the Daleks have done, and it's all the Doctor's fault. And I can see like the Doctor wants to make this Dalek good again, like helping the faults he's done. And then it gets on to the bit where they go into the memory banks, and you see past scenes from what the Daleks have done. It's been more into the modern series. I feel like it should have been more of the classic series, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. And I really like the part when the Doctor's just like, "I'm part of you, and my mind is in your mind." I want you to be good again. I want you to be good. And then the Dalek sees all of the hatred the Doctor has in the Daleks, and I really like the bit where Rusty goes into a rampage and destroys all the other Daleks. I felt like it was a little bit too easy, a bit of an excuse to destroy all the other Daleks, but I still think it works a bit. And then it also just like, we don't really see how they get out of the Dalek. Which is just a bit, but I don't know. I feel like if it did that, it would have been a bit of a rush. I feel like, it would have been a bit of a waste of time. And then I like how Rusty is just like, "I am not a good Dalek, you are a good Dalek." And the Doctor's just there like, And I also loved the part when when Jenny Blue, I'm hoping I'm saying her name right. If I'm saying her name wrong, then tell me in the comments, I apologise. But yeah, when she follows when I feel like she did a rose when she just kissed her uncle, and then she wants to go with the Doctor. And I really like how the Doctor's just like, "I think that you're nice and all that, but I just wish you weren't a soldier." And I don't know, it's just... Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of her. She was just a bit too... I didn't really care if she died or not. But I just like how the Doctor just turned her down. And then he takes Clara back to where she was... And Danny's just like... he's like, "You've changed your clothes." Yeah, just... and then one thing I haven't covered up is we saw a little bit of Missy after when that woman got killed. I just thought, it's like, alright, okay. But yeah, but apart from all, in all of that, I give Into the Dalek a 6 out of 10. It was a decent Dalek story. A few people actually died in it, which I liked. But I won't say it was the best Dalek story. So yeah, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's decent. So yeah then guys, that's my Into the Dalek review. I will be back with Robert's the Show. Hope you enjoyed it. And tell me in the comments what you think. Till then guys, bye for now.